Hello, greetings. This is about my case and my condition. Not feeling well, and I was feeling dead some days back until I threw up and all. I think there's some evil nazar. Nazar is like evil eye, or someone admires you and envious, or something like this, envious eye. So until, some people are going to laugh about this. I cannot help it. I have contemplated on this. So until I threw up and a little bit I felt lighter. Uh, so I don't know how this happens, evil eye. But it is really not just it's like near to death. You feel so morbid. You feel dead, like you want to just sleep and weak. And the fever came up and things like that. I tried to get this. I was like wondering what did I do wrong? Recently, I've never felt depressed like this in Dubai, even after this trauma and attacks and all. That I came from Karachi with. In the beginning, I did feel very depressed, but I had this thing with my principal. I was able to get up a little bit, but this time I felt that I don't know how long it's going to take. I was panic struck. I had to do, get the garbage out and things like that. Yes, I was really semified. I was put down, boggled down. Now who's going to help me here? Oh, there are people against me. Even on YouTube live stream, the ex-Muslims from India and elsewhere. So, and some Christians, that I have said, not agreed to what they have said. So, Sam Shaman and all also. So, I don't know, some people, they think that, I don't know why they're doing this to me. Maybe to protect me or something. I don't know. Anyhow, since childhood I had this. So I was not coming out. And just because I've said I'm Radharani doesn't mean that I'm with the Hindus. So, and there's some ex-Muslim thing going on against the Hindus. And there's also this press TV thing, news against Muslims in India. The ones doing hijab, they're not allowed to attend college in hijab. This is what I saw on Press TV Facebook page of Press TV. It's an Iranian news in the UK. So if I don't talk about this, people are going to. Already they've put this blame on me that, so I do abuse and get angry and all. Because of course I'm in this pressure and the shouting inside, the screams and all this. So you don't expect me to just remain quiet when I'm pressed down with this energy that comes on me and suffocates me. And it's like oppressing me. It's oppressing me. So I had to come out with my personal things, although I know there are very brutal people outside who don't care. I've known this since childhood. I've seen cruelty very close, at a very young age, and I know what these people can do. Putting my world upside down, but their world was going on quite well, and the people always blaming the person who, is the one shouting or screaming or abusing. Sometimes, I know that you can't tell that the child is oppressed, and the environment and all this that they've put. It was just all set up and very clever people that I was living with. So I had to come out with this, although I know there are people outside will be taking advantage of this, even in Dubai. Um, like this astrologer came, and he was a fraudster, a Hindu astrologer in Dubai, and all. So even the sadhu was a fraud. So I don't know why I just went in this store to and just wanted to see things, check if I could get some protection from Hindu because I'm Radha Rani and the signs have told me so. So a little bit I understand now my life span, what really happened, why I loved these teachers and why this person or things like that. So a little bit of my life I understand, and not because I don't understand Hinduism. I've tried to understand, but I don't understand Hinduism. The Shishya of the Vishnu, the creator, why snakes were created, why all this. I really don't understand all this. But my part of life that I had to understand, I kind of now understand why the principal said what she said without knowing my O-level life and all this. So certain things that God was there, that her voice came to me in Alpha and Omega, things like that. I heard her voice. Um, some miracles happening. So it wasn't because of the Shia Islam that I was in. It was because of being Radharani. And she was Mirabai. So the whole thing, Hinduism, is very difficult to understand for me. Um, and so things like that. I had to come up with my story, life story. And then some Hindus have misused it against me, saying that why have I put this Radharani name and all this. Although when I went, there was a reason why I did this, but that I don't lie, and it's not schizophrenic. It's not due to schizophrenia, although symptoms are there. I'm being watched and I get this feeling and all this, but yeah, I had a grand aunt who had a Devi. So I still don't know why I was reborn and have had a past life too with the principal and all this. I don't know. But that no Hindu scripture has told me that Radharani would keep coming back to life on earth here. So that I don't understand. And creation, I don't understand. So please don't hold this against. If you want to hold it against me and make life difficult, you can hold it against me and make my life difficult. And all this are some of the ex-Muslims also who, like, whatever I do, I don't know why it backfires. My life incidents in my life backfiring my relationships and all. backfiring. Anyhow, so I didn't want to be rude or hurt anyone, but it seems. I mean, I had to. I went against Haris Sultan and all this, just for the sake of saying like I couldn't trust anyone, and what is fair for the Hindus, what was going on, and others also ex-Muslims. So I don't get along with many people, you can see, and I don't like them, they don't like me. For some reason, I know my reasons. I don't like very many people. I have my reasons. Um, I need a very trustworthy, honest person who would be very, very honest. Very honest. So I'm repeating myself, I know, because I'm under this something again and I can't talk properly. Um, so anything I do goes against me and the people go against me. I can't do things in a proper way. You can see on YouTube, live stream, whenever I've been on live stream, questioning someone. Oh, Haris Sultan is a giant. So thank God the Punjabis have Haris Sultan and the Punjabis are winning. But it's good, let them win. So this person thought that I was in, I mean, I don't know how to say this. So, of course, yeah, only Haris Sultan, the Great. I don't know why I get stuck and like I get it from all sides now. I feel I'm getting it from Hindus. Even like I just wanted my protection. And yes, I will go on with the passion about Islam, whether it's they call it anti-Islam. This is not anti-Islam, this is truth against Islam. So I, as a former Shia, and yes, it was very difficult because in Pakistan, they would already they have been after the Shias. So this would have been a terrible thing that then like someone blaming Salim and Agha Khani for saying things against Agha Khan, that you would get Agha Khani killed in Pakistan. So His Highness Agha Khan's Ismailis or His Highness Agha Khan was saying that you would get Pakistanis killed. So anyhow, the thing is that I still went on with this, but the thing with me is that I've first actually none of the Sunni hadiths made any sense to me. Most of them those ridiculous hadiths and all. Some of not all of them, but those the ridiculous hadiths, and even the Sunni hadiths. I don't know how to say this, but until and unless they go, the imams agree with it. And so it goes with some cannot go with the Quran because it's about Prophet Muhammad's life, marrying, like for example, Aisha at the age of 8 or 6 and consummating. So where will we find the surah verse for that? So there's this debate that I listened to a little bit, and so these lifestyles of Prophet Muhammad and all, that's why I had to go straight take it from the Quran. and then show. Uh, I went a little far with the Quran ayats also, and my Shia about Yazid and all this, and you can listen to Safar Heretic, but I don't mean to get the Shias killed. Neither does Salim Bhai, Salim Lalani on YouTube. But you see, the question comes up that the Muslims are going to say, well, they are not even Shia Muslims. So where are the Muslims united? Muslims themselves are not united. And they say things against Al Khan, and Shias have said, so Shias don't believe in His Highness Al Khan, but we don't go killing him. We some mad person, Irani now, I don't know about that, but we don't go killing. But we can send someone to the Awqaf and say that she is now an ex-Muslim, Murtad. So death penalty will be due for her. And then they can see. That's how, against our own Shias, if they leave Islam. The Awqaf, Shia Awqaf does not deal with Sunni Muslims. So we don't go killing Sunni Muslims like that. Like the way the Muslims have been after the Shias in Pakistan and killing them and calling them kafirs and all. So they will, the Sunnis have misunderstood that our Imam Ali was the one, the people who said things, spread rumors against Aisha are your own people from among your own selves. This means that there weren't even Jews or Christians or idol worshippers. So you can see, I think it's in Surah Nur, ayat, against the people who spread rumors against Aisha. So why even blame it on? So the Sunni Shias blamed it on the Shias, Imam Ali, the one we believed in, and they made him the fourth caliph. But still they blamed it on Imam Ali spreading rumors against Aisha. And it wasn't that group. It wasn't Imam Ali's group. It was another group of people who spread rumors against Aisha. So you can read now in Surah Nur from your own books, Muslims. And this thing only I can do now. Sorry to say. I mean, I don't say, I'm just a common person, but very dangerous for Islam. Very, very dangerous. Because Islam, what I've seen through some of the ayats I've shown, consent is prostitution under consent, slave girls, it's allowed. And what I've shown, Surah Azab verse, the beauty verse, then later on came up. Surah Tahrim, I thought it was divorce, but my goodness, so I've had to correct the Shias too on this and show it to my Shias. Anyhow, I don't think the Sunnis will have anything to celebrate because from what I know, what I see, is that your own people spread rumors against Aisha, and it wasn't even Imam Ali. So they weren't idol worshippers, they weren't Jews, they weren't Christians of that time, they were your own Muslims, Mu'mineen, who spread rumors against Aisha. grew from among yourselves. Even the Quran ayat says this. And the Sunni Muslims, they blame it on Shias, but they should correct themselves, because it was not the Imam Ali nor his Shias who spread rumors against Aisha like that. Okay, now I haven't gone deeper about worshipping Muhammad. You can't, you see, because even you can't say Allah only. You can, but who brought you Allah, one Allah? We used to think these, the tribe Bani Hashim, Rasulullah's one, from Hazrat Yaqub and this race, and Bibi Maryam Isa, and so they were of the one Allah worshippers and all this, and people have distorted the thing. Then Rasulullah was asked to proclaim about the oneness of Allah and bring the house that Ibrahim made for all people, we are told. So for God, actually, one God. Anyhow, how true that is, I don't know. But the Kaaba was for all people. There's a verse. Anyhow, so this thing about blaming it on the Shia Imam or someone, I think it's not right. So, but I cannot explain right now. Although I found this verse, I remembered in Surah Taha, when the Pharaoh's Jadugars, sorcerers say, we believe in the God of Harun wa Musa and Musa. So actually he's the God of Musa, Harun and Musa. So he really liked that, or see, he's not called actually Pharaoh's Jadugars, black magicians don't call him the God of the universe or one God, but the God of Musa, Harun wa Musa. So this is something to noteworthy, like we would say the God. If you apply the Manzilat tradition in Shias, then we'd say the God of Ali and Muhammad. Actually, Hazrat Musa would come before, but even in the Quran ayat, it doesn't put Musa before Harun. It puts Harun before Musa. So, Ali, aren't you to me what Harun was to Musa? And so I have had, I think I heard about a majlis on this. So you have to first believe in Prophet Muhammad and his infallibility and evidence and everything, to believe in Allah, his message, the one God message, La ilaha illallah. And then it's like they are the light, he's the light, he's the Munir, Sirajul Munir, he's the light, he's the mercy. So Allah is also mercy, but Prophet Muhammad is also mercy. So what's the difference between? See, the difference is very, very subtle. Although, like we say that if let's say we say Agha Khan is the Mazhar Imam, the proof of God, the representative of God, the light of God on earth. So it's it's like Rasulullah is the mercy. And the mercy is one of Allah's names, Rahman or Rahim. So you can't blame it on the Shias for putting it this way when the Quran ayat has put it this way, that Rasulullah is the mercy and he is closer to you than your believers. So if you believe in one God, how will you go towards that one God? So the ego would always come up. We are told, even our religious scholars, they cannot say that, oh, we prayed, 15 minutes and do this kind of, because takabbur comes in, arrogance. If you say, I prayed, who is going towards, so some Muslim girl was asking me this, that, what do you people think about prayer and fasting? Oh, who? And that, oh, we were told how we are given guidelines and no, we are, Rasulullah was there to tell us to pray to one God, connect with one God and all this. But still, who are you? Because in Surah Azab, it's mostly now Surah Azab, that Rasulullah is closer to you than your own selves. So the moment you say, I am going, I know we make a niyat, my intention is to get near to God, to go pray now. So doing the wudu, ablutions, but we make a niyat like this, that yes, I am going to get nearness to God, and all these methods that Rasulullah and Islam has given us. But yet there's a subtle, we are told, subtle polytheism, shirk involved. If a slight takabbur comes, arrogance, I, of me, going towards one God and all this. That's why we used to say it's better to, forget yourself. And so that's the heights that these Shia or Irfaniyats then possessed. That they didn't say that it is I anymore, like the Sufis. So the thing, that, I've done so much ibadat now. This is really, I'm getting somewhere. And so I think kind of this thing I've contemplated about in London, that how great is it to go to God through Rasulullah, his beloved. And Rasulullah has this title, Habibullah, the beloved of Allah. So when Allah called him on Mihraj, ascension to him, I was wondering, you see, because none of us have gone there alone to meet with God. Only Prophet Muhammad went. And even Gabriel was not allowed to a certain extent. After that, he was not allowed to go with Rasulullah. Now Rasulullah was going alone to meet God. Now that kind of nearness, you can't even get through prayers or anything. So this is what I was wondering. Would the ego come in? And that's why we've had Rasulullah and this ayat in the Quran, that he is closer to you than your own believers. He's closer to the believers than their own selves. So if you are believers, then where is there you, me, and our prayers, accumulation of fasting and this, we'll do this, we'll do that. So the ego, there's this fear of the ego coming and being a sinner, and so I've tried to contemplate on that. And I don't know where I got, but right now I don't remember. So blaming the Shias that they have taken their imams as intercessors, or even this Rasulullah as shirk, because we've taken Rasulullah as an intercessor. And yes, namaz and all these things, they're good for us. God doesn't need our worship. So then, because Imam Hussain had said it, that, oh God, you are so needless that even you yourself cannot benefit yourself, then how is it that we can give you anything? So those who become fana, annihilated, that is the, I think, aim. But if we keep carrying ourselves and saying, oh, I am doing the namaz, I am doing the fasting, I am giving zakat, and this thing, always the ego, it's hard to fight the ego. I've seen that the ego is very difficult to fight with and kill, or even flush the ego. So you will have to use the beloved of Allah. That's why it was made easy for us, I thought, that now, closer to our own selves, nafs, because there's so many stages of this nafs amara, the fiery self, and all this, there's stages, and then the self which is at peace, which God says, come to enter my heaven, well pleased with me and I well pleased with you. That was only given for Imam Hussain, we were told. In Surah Fajr, that last ayat, I think, in Surah Fajr, Raziyat al-Marziya, enter my heaven. So it's only through these that we can reach that one true God. Otherwise, there are many, many subtle sins and of shirk that we could be doing, getting into arrogance. Because you can't fight the self. The mind is always there. The me, the I, is always there. So I thought my religion, Shia Islam, made it quite easy for us to reach that. And even Rumi has written something of, like, who is Imam Ali? I had found a poem of Rumi on Imam Ali. So the moment that ego, it is taken away, it is killed, finished by Imam Ali. And then you can reach that level where, I guess, the beloved of Allah reaches, Rasulullah, in Mi'raj with Allah. So, this is all I can say now. So, it's not shirk to say that the Shias, Ismailis are using a Zain Saf, because before the message came, who brought the message to us? So again, from the beginning, Rasulullah did. And it didn't come on any of our hearts, it came on Rasulullah's heart. No, even then, who is Rasulullah to take us to that one God? So that was my contemplation in London. How great is it? And this is not shirk, because then Rasulullah himself, the Quran says, is the mercy. And it's Sirajul Munir, isn't it? I'll have to check that up. So anyways, this is about slight thing about shirk and going to Allah, whether through the methods, salat and all, fasting and hajj, or through the beloved, taking the shortcut and going to Allah through His beloved. How great is that? Because then should be no I, because love of the beloved. We are told that Rasulullah was called for Mihraj, and he went near to God and met Him somewhere on a high place. So this, and so I think the Shias really, this point really had me thinking that it was better this way. But we have to pray namaz and all, fasting and hajj and zakat. Actually, we give khums to the Sayyid, Prophet Muhammad's progeny. So the Muslims even questioned us with that, like, don't you give zakat and all this? And there's an answer for that the Shias have. So why they give khums and not zakat? So I read Peshawar Nights. Maybe the answer is in that book called Peshawar Nights. Maybe it is also in Tejani's books. Then I Was Guided, I'm not sure. But I think in Peshawar Nights most probably the Shias give, a Shia ulama gives an answer to a Sunni ulama. So hope there will be no killing of Shias and all, even the Ismailis or anything of that sort. That, the Sunnis think that, we are Allah, only Allah, and no one else. Well, then, you see, it escapes them also that Allah has made Rasulullah mercy. Mercy to the Muhammad. Rasulullah is the mercy. And this is in the Quran ayat. And mercy is not, so how can there be mercy for Allah and a different mercy for Rasulullah? I mean, Rasulullah is at what level of mercy? And what level of that mercy is that Allah is Rahman or Rahim? I just don't know. I keep confusing it, sorry, whether mercy or beneficence or compassion, Rahman or Rahim. So please overlook this and you can check it out. So these Sunni Muslims who say only Allah and they have not understood, they're denying the mercy, Rasulullah. Then on one hand saying only Allah and only, okay, if they're saying only the Quran, but they're not taking the intercession or they're not enjoying this mercy which is sent down to us. And now Allah's mercy is also here. Of course, it can't be somewhere beyond us, right? But this is Rasulullah who is the mercy for all the worlds, or what the way it is written. I'm not searching for the ayat. It's a Quran ayat. Please search for it. And don't be that arrogant, please. To think you are the best Muslims ever. You're the you are the rightful ones. You're the only true Muslims, and the rest, like the Shias, are not. And you don't do shirk. So please come down from your high horses, arrogance, like shaitan. Okay? But shaitan won't, we are told, until Qayamat. So at least you Muslims come down from your high places where Shaitan worshipped 1,000 years. Gods 1,000 years worshipped God. But the moment he was told, the angels were told to bow to Adam, he refused because he was of the jinn, we are told. He was made of the fire. So he didn't bow down to Adam. So don't be like Shaitan, Muslims, who think that, they are not polytheists. And they call Shia Muslims polytheists, whether Ismailis, Bohris, or 12 Shias. Okay, thank you very much. I will continue with this later.